Monkey had a plan, no more dopamine. He says it like a monk beginning enlightenment training and immediately throws his phone, his snacks, and his vape into a box labeled Monkey Detox Experiment. From today, he declares, Monkey becomes disciplined. 10 minutes later, he's lying on the floor, twitching, mumbling, "What if I just check notifications one last time?" He scrolls on an unplugged phone. It doesn't even turn on. Day one of Monkey's dopamine detox, and he's already bargaining with the Wi-Fi gods. The withdrawals begin. Monkey opens the fridge 7 times in a row. Not hungry, just hopeful. He starts doing jumping jacks in the kitchen, humming the Netflix intro theme, just to feel something again. "Why does this feel so hard?" he asks. "It's just dopamine, right?" Wrong. Dopamine isn't just what Monkey likes. It's what makes Monkey move. And when he quit, he didn't just give up his habits. He gave up the very chemical that tells his brain life is worth chasing. This is the story of what happens when Monkey tries to quit the world's most powerful molecule, the one that built civilizations and created addictions. Monkey versus dopamine. The experiment begins. Deep inside Monkey's skull lives a tiny chemical dealer named dopamine. Every time Monkey scrolls, snacks, or wins a level, this sneaky molecule throws him a microscopic party. People think dopamine is about pleasure, but that's not true. It's about pursuit. It's the spark that says, "Go get the banana," long before Monkey even tastes it. Monkey doesn't crave the banana itself. He craves the chase. That's why he can spend hours gaming, eating, or scrolling, chasing that next little win, and still feel empty when it's over. Dopamine doesn't make Monkey happy. It keeps him hungry. It's the brain's way of saying, move, survive, repeat. Thousands of years ago, that kept Monkey alive in the wild. Today, it just keeps him refreshing the feed. Monkey's brain doesn't care whether he's hunting berries or chasing likes. Dopamine fires the same way. It's not evil, it's efficient. The problem is, Monkey's world is full of instant bananas. Candy bananas, digital bananas, shortcut bananas. Every tap, every ping, every bite delivers a tiny dopamine hit. And the more Monkey gets, the more his brain expects. That's how it hooks him. One click, one scroll, one bite at a time. The first day without dopamine felt like a bad dream. Monkey woke up to silence. No pings, no buzz, no instant reward. Just space. His brain, used to fireworks, now faced a blank sky. He opened the fridge 5 times before breakfast, stared at his phone like it owed him something, and paced around the room hoping a banana notification would magically appear. But nothing came. The pleasure faucet had run dry. And that's when the real withdrawal hit. Monkey wasn't just bored. He was restless, irritable, and weirdly anxious. His brain had been running on dopamine bursts for years, and now it was screaming, "Where are my bananas?" This is what happens when Monkey cuts off his reward system cold turkey. His dopamine baseline drops, and suddenly the world feels gray. Food tastes dull. Time drags. Even fun feels fake. Monkey doesn't realize it, but his brain isn't broken. It's just recalibrating. It's trying to find balance again. But to Monkey, it feels like he's losing his mind. So he searches, digging through drawers, sniffing at his phone, doing anything for one tiny hit of excite. Every addiction, from sugar to scrolling, runs on the same invisible loop. It starts with a trigger, something that pokes Monkey's curiosity or emotion. Maybe it's stress, boredom, or that tiny red notification dot. Then comes the craving, the whisper in Monkey's mind saying, "Just one scroll, just one puff, just one bite." Monkey gives in, presses the lever, and dopamine rewards him with a quick burst of pleasure. For a moment, it feels good. The brain remembers that relief and locks it in as a shortcut. Trigger, craving, action, reward, memory. Repeat. The loop tightens every time. Monkey thinks he's in control, but really his brain is running on autopilot. This is why even when Monkey knows something is bad for him, he still does it, because his brain learned that action equals survival. In the wild, that kept him alive. Today, it just keeps him refreshing. The same neural circuitry that once chased real fruit now chases glowing screens. Monkey's brain can't tell the difference between hunting berries and hunting likes. It only knows dopamine means, yes, that worked. Do it again. And so, without realizing it, Monkey becomes a lab rat pressing his own invisible lever, over and over, waiting for another banana high. One morning, Monkey snapped. He looked around at the chaos, half-eaten snacks, open tabs, glowing screens, and declared war. Operation No Bananas had begun. He locked away his phone, hid the candy, and taped a note to the wall that read, "Feel the boredom." Day one was brutal. Without his favorite dopamine hits, time crawled. Every second stretched into eternity. Monkey tried reading a book, but ended up sniffing the cover like it might smell like social media. He sat outside staring at clouds, watching ants, listening to the sound of nothing. And slowly, something strange started happening. His brain began to calm down. The fog started to lift. The ants looked kind of interesting. The air felt nice. By day 3, Monkey wasn't desperate anymore. He was curious. He started noticing things again, things that had been invisible when his brain was on overload. The warmth of sunlight, the rhythm of breathing, the quiet satisfaction of doing one thing at a time. Scientists call this receptor recovery, when your brain's dopamine sensitivity resets after overstimulation. Monkey just called it peace. It turns out, when you stop chasing fake bananas, the real ones start tasting sweet again. After a few days, Monkey realized something important. Quitting forever wasn't the answer. Balance was. Dopamine wasn't his enemy. It just needed new rules. So Monkey built his own system, one that made dopamine work for him instead of against him. Rule 1. Work before banana. No more instant rewards. He earned his dopamine through effort. Study first, scroll later. Rule 2. Delay the treat. He learned that the longer he waited, the better it felt. Rule 3. Replace bad triggers with good ones. When Monkey got bored, he didn't reach for his phone. He reached for a walk, a stretch, a sketch, anything that made him feel alive instead of empty. And Rule 4. Celebrate small wins. Every tiny achievement got a tiny banana. Monkey discovered that motivation isn't about forcing discipline. It's about redesigning rewards. Every task, every challenge, every goal became a mini quest for meaning instead of mindless pleasure. His brain started learning again. Effort equals satisfaction, not exhaustion. The banana hadn't changed. Monkey had. He didn't destroy his cravings. He simply trained them to chase something real. Weeks passed, and something inside Monkey changed. The constant buzzing in his head was gone. The cravings that once ruled his days had turned quiet. Now when Monkey sat down to work, his brain didn't fight him. It joined him. Tasks that once felt impossible now flowed like second nature. His focus returned. His energy was steady. And for the first time in a long time, Monkey felt proud. He wasn't chasing the next hit anymore. He was building something. Science calls this neural rewiring, when the brain learns to release dopamine during effort, not just reward. It's how discipline slowly turns into desire. Monkey finally understood that hard work can feel good, not because it's easy, but because it means something. Every moment of focus, every little victory, was its own banana. He didn't need chaos to feel alive anymore. He had learned to find joy in the climb, not just the prize. Monkey's brain wasn't addicted, it was aligned. In the end, Monkey learned that dopamine was never the villain. It was the spark behind every dream, every risk, every leap forward. The same chemical that made him scroll for hours was also the one that pushed him to grow, to learn, to care. The trick was never to kill it, it was to aim it. Every day, Monkey now chooses where to feed his dopamine, not to endless scrolling or empty distractions, but to effort, creation, and real connection. He still enjoys his bananas. He just earns them. Because the goal isn't to stop feeling good, it's to feel good for the right reasons. Dopamine isn't the problem, it's the compass. And when Monkey learned to follow it toward meaning instead of mindless pleasure, life stopped feeling like a chase and started feeling like a journey. So now when he picks up a banana, he smiles. Not because he's addicted, but because he's in control. Earn your bananas. Then enjoy them.